Welcome to Mathematics Made Easy with TADX, where mathematical concepts will be explained in clear terms for easy understanding. You can also join us on all our social media handles for more information.
Okay, good afternoon, guys. I want to appreciate everybody for your comments, for your likes, and for the advices as usual. And most especially, I also want to appreciate my technical crew, person of Miss Mujid, Miss Alao, and Mr. Wahab. Thank you very much. I so much appreciate you. Thank you for always being there. All right. So for today, we are going to take the equations involving fractions, and for equations involving fraction, the only thing we are going to add to what we have been doing initially is just for us to be able to remind ourselves how to find normal LCM for algebra. I'm very sure you know how to find LCM for numbers before, but now we are going to look for the LCM of algebra. That's a number and a letter together. So if you're able to do that, then you don't have any problem with this. And the type of fractions we are going to be considering today is a monomial fraction at the denominator. Now, when I say monomial, mono means one. That means you're having just only one fraction at the denominator. Like this first question here, we have x over 3. That means the 3 here is 1. We have x over 4, which is the second fraction, 1. Now, from the right hand side, we have 7 over 2, which is also one denominator at one number at the denominator. So every question that we have here from number 1 to 4, we are considering just only one value at the denominator. So that means next week, we are going to look at two different value at the denominator. That means we are going to look at binomial value at the denominator here. So for now, let's look at the way we are going to take the first question. So for the first question here, we have x over 3 plus x over 4 equals to 7 all over 2. Now, as usual, in this case here, we only need the denominator, which is 3, 4, and 2. But the good part of it is that the three values here, they are all numbers. So just find the LCM of 3, 4, and 2. Let's look at it this way: 3, 4, and 2. So for us to find the LCM, start from the smallest number here, which is 2. So let's divide. 2 cannot go in 3, so we repeat our 3 here. How many 2 can we see in 4? Definitely we can see 2. 2 times in 4, 2 into 1. If you divide it again, 2 can still go. So we have 2 here. 2 cannot go in 3. So we repeat the 3 here. We put it here. 2 into 1. Now here we've gotten our 1. So repeat the 1 that you have here. We have 1. Now the last value we are going to use now is 3 because we've gotten 1 and 1 here. So we just need to put 3. 3 in 3 will give us 1, 1, 1. So what we need to do now is just for us to multiply the numbers we have used to divide, which is 2, 2, and 3. So that will give us 2 times 2 times 3. Then 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 3 gives us 12. So that means the LCM we are going to be working with here is 12. Now, since you've gotten the LCM here, now what we are going to be doing with the LCM is that we take each of the value here, we multiply it by the LCM. So that means when you take x over 3, multiply it by 12, take x over 4, multiply it by 12, 7 over 2, multiply by 12 as well. So let's see that. 12 into bracket x over 3 plus 12 into bracket x over 4. Close your bracket. Then here we have equals to 12 into bracket 7 all over 2. Now, since you've done that, the next thing we need to do is just for us to divide. We divide this 12 by 3. We divide this 12 by 4. We also divide this 12 by 6. Then after doing that, you are going to see that there's no fraction in this particular question again. 3 in 12 will give us 4. So we are having 4 into bracket x plus, when you divide this, we are left with 3. That's 3 into bracket x. Everything equals to 2 in 12 will give us 6 into bracket 7. Let me explain that again. When we started with the original question. Write out the question, then find the LCM of 3, 4, and 2. After finding the LCM of 3, 4, and 2, we got our answer as 12. So we use the 12 to multiply each of the values. The first value here is x over 3. I multiplied it by 12. The second value, x over 4, I multiply it by 12. Then from the right hand side, I'm having 7 over 2. I also multiplied it by 12. Then I now started dividing the LCM by the denominator we have here. 12 divided by 3 gave us 4. So I brought the 4 out. Then the numerator, which is x, I brought it here. Now 12 divided by 4 will give us 3. I wrote the numerator, which is 3. Then from the right hand side, how many 2 will you see in 12? 6. I brought out the 6, then multiply by the numerator, which is 7. Now the next thing is just for us to multiply. So when you multiply 4 by x, we have 4x, then plus 3x, everything equals to 6 times 7, which gives us 42. So what we just need to do now is just for us to add the algebra. 4x plus 3x, that gives us 7x equals to 42. Now when we get to this place here, I'm very sure if you have been following this class, you will know the next thing to do, because it's what we've done before. So what we just need to do is just for us to divide both sides by 7. Divide both sides by 7, so we are left with x equals to 6. Now when you have gotten your answer as x equals to 6, you've gotten the final answer. And that reminds me, even since when we started solving all these equations, we've not taken our time to be checking the values if your answer is actually right or wrong. Don't worry, we are still going to take our time to do that. I'm going to create a session for that. Any solution we solve, we check our answer if it's right or wrong, which will give you the confidence anytime you are solving. Now let's write this inside our notes now. We have the LCM as solution. Number 1, we have x over 3 plus x over 4, everything equals to 7 over 2. So multiply by the LCM, which is x over 3 plus 12 into bracket x over 4 equals to 12 into bracket 7 all over 2. So when we start cancelling it out, here we have 3 into bracket, this is 4 into bracket x plus, this is 3 into bracket x plus 6 into bracket 7. So this gives us 4x plus 3x equals to 42. So we have 7x equals to 42. Divide both sides by 7. Then we have x equals to 6. So for question 2, we have 5n all over 6 minus 3n over 8 equals to 11 over 24. So let me go back to my rough book now. I'm going to do it inside my rough book. Then after doing it inside the rough book, I'm going to transfer inside the notes. So the original question, 5n over 6 minus 3n over 8 equals to 11 all over 24. So just like the way we did the first one, and that's the beauty of mathematics, just follow the steps. The way you did the first one, that's how you're still going to do the second one. Now, the way we did the first one was, we look for the LCM or the denominator. The denominator here is 6, 8, and 24. So to find the LCM now, we look for the LCM of 6, 8, and 24, which I've written here. So we divide now. 2 in 6, 3 times 2 in 8, 4 times 2 in 24, 12. 2 here, 3, 2, 6, 3, 1, 3. Then 3 here, 1, 1, 1. So we multiply all the values we have here. 2 times 2, which gives us 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 3 gives you 24. So that means the LCM we are going to be using here is 24. So the 24 we have gotten as our LCM, we use it to multiply each of the value. We use it to multiply 5n over 6, use it to multiply 3n over 8, and also use it to multiply 11 over 24. So let's see how we do that now. Write out 24 out, then into bracket 5n all over 6 minus, we also use 24 again, 24 into bracket 3n all over 8. Everything equals to 24 again into bracket 11 all over 24. Now after doing that, we now start cutting. 24 divided by 6 will give you 4. So write out your 4, then your numerator, which is 5n, close it. I'm done with this. Then divide the second one. 24 divided by 8, that will give you 3. That's minus 3 into bracket your numerator, which is 3n. Close your bracket. Then your right hand side, 24 cancel out 24, you are left with 1. 1 into bracket 11. Now with this that you have done here, you have been able to eliminate the fraction there. Nothing like fraction in the question again. So we open the brackets here one after the other. Use the 4 to multiply 5n, you get your 20n. So this gives us 20n. Use this 3 to multiply the 3n, and don't forget the minus that I have here. This gives you minus 9n. Everything equals to 1 times 11, which is 11. Now coming back to our first class, which is our direct number. Here it's easy for us. 20n minus 9n, that gives you 11n equals to 11. Then divide both sides by 11, so your n equals to 1. So with that, we have been able to get the answer for our n. Now that one is just my rough book. I will also transfer it inside my notes. After transferring inside my notes, then you will now compare. See that the way I've been writing inside my notes is very neat. So you being a mathematician does not mean your notes should be dirty. Always ensure that your notes is neat. Then your rough book or your solving notes can be as rough as whatever. That one is not a problem. But make sure that your notes you are using to write is always neat. So let's write now. In this case here, our LCM is 24. So into bracket 5n over 6 minus 24 into bracket 3n over 8. Everything equals to 24 into bracket 11 all over 24. So this and this is gone. So here we have 4. That gives you 4 into bracket 5n minus 3 into bracket 3n equals to 1 into bracket 11. So this is 20n minus 9n equals to 11. 11n equals to 11. Dividing both sides by 11. So we have n equals to 1. And that marks the end of the second question. So we're having 2 more to go. Well, the way we did the first 2 questions, that's how we are still going to do the third one now. Then after doing the third one, I'm very sure you have the confidence to approach the third one. So the third question now, we have 8 all over b minus 4 all over 3. Everything equals to 0. I think this one is a bit different. So let's see the solution to the third question here. So as usual, we find the LCM of b and 3. Now for us to find the LCM of b and 3, we have b and we also have 3 here. So here we have 3. We repeat our b here 1 and b here 1 1. So that means we have 3 times b, which gives us 3b. So that means the LCM we have gotten here is 3b. We use the 3b to multiply each of the values we have here. So we have 3b into bracket 8 over b minus 3b into bracket 4 over 3 equals to 3b into bracket 0. So here now we cancel out our b because b can go here. We are left with 3 into bracket 8 minus 3 here and 3 here. We are left with b into bracket 4 equals to 3b times 0 gives you 0. So we open the brackets. Now when you open the brackets, 3 times 8 gives you 24 minus b times 4 gives you 4b equals to 0. Now in this case here now, when you have this expression like this, it has turned to normal linear equation. So what we just need to do is just collect the like terms, take the number to the right hand side. You are left with minus 4b equals to 0 minus 24, which gives you minus 4b equals to minus 24. Dividing both sides by minus 4, we are left with b equals to 6. Now since you've gotten your b equals to 6, that means you've gotten the final answer for the third question. Now let's now see the last one, which is number 4. That's 3 divided by 4x plus 1 over 5. Everything equals to 2 over 3x. So let's find the LCM here. To find the LCM, we have 4x, 5, and 3x. So the numbers we have is 4, 5, and 3. The smallest number we can use is 2. So 4x divided by 2 will give us 2x. 2 cannot go in 5. So I repeat my 5. 2 cannot go in 3x. I repeat the 3x. 2 can still go here. When 2 divides here, you are left with x. And here you are left with 5. And this one is 3x. So in this case here now, you are left with 3, because 3 is the next number that you can use between 3 and 5. So we repeat our x, and this one I still put my 5, and this one I'm left with x. So for the numbers, I'm having 5 left. So this x, 1, x. So we are having just only x that we can use here, 1, 1, 1. So the next thing we need to do now is just for us to multiply all the numbers we have used to divide. So the number we used to divide is 2, 2, 3, 5, and x. So multiplying 2 times 2 gives us 4, 4 times 3 12, 12 times 5, 60. Multiplied by x, we have 60x. Now, since you've gotten 60x, what we just need to do now is use the 60x that we have gotten to multiply each of the values we have here. So that gives you 60x into bracket 3 divided by 4x plus 60x into bracket 1 over 5 equals to 60x into bracket 2 all over 3x. Now, let's now see how we're going to be dividing it one by one. We use this 60x to divide the 4x that we have here. Cancel out the letter that you have. X and x has cancelled out each other. Then 60 divided by 4. 4 here 1, 4 here 15. So that means if you want to break it down, 60 divided by 4, 2 here 2, 2 here 30, 2 here 1, 2 here 15. So that was how I got the 15 here. So in case you are breaking it down, so that means here now you are left with 15 into bracket 3 plus, now the next one, 60x divided by 5. 5 here 1, 5 here 12. That means you are having 12x. So we have 12x into bracket 1. Everything equals to, so what we have now is 60x divided by 3x. When you cancel out this x, you are left with 60 divided by 3, and 60 divided by 3 gives you 20. So we have 20 into bracket 2. Now, after doing that, what we just need to do now is just for us to open the bracket. When you open the bracket, 15 times 3 gives you 45. Then 12x times 1 gives you 12x equals to 20 times 2, which is 40. Now, when you are collecting the like terms here, the number crosses the equals to the other side, and that becomes minus. So we have 12x equals to 40 minus 45. From our direct number class, 40 minus 45 will give us minus 5. So we have 12x equals to minus 5. Dividing both sides by 12, we have x equals to minus 5 all over 12. And that gives us the final answer to that question. And with that, we have absolutely come to the end of the class for today. And at the end of the video, I'm going to put a few questions that we are going to practice. And let's not forget that today, what we considered was just the monomial value at the denominator. I mean, in our next class, we are going to be considering values that are more than 1 at the denominator. And the good part of it is that the same way we solve this one, that's how we are still going to solve it. And the major part of today's class is the LCM of algebra, or let me just say LCM generally, because it's possible you have numbers there. So if that number or algebra, provided you know how to find the LCM conveniently, you don't have any problem with that. So that means after finding the LCM, multiply the LCM by each of the values that you have. Then you open the brackets, and with that, you'll be able to solve each of the questions that we have for today. So looking forward to see your feedback. That's after solving the questions to the exercise. Thank you, and God bless you.